What's what's going on there, everybody? Today I was supposed to go live at 1. Unfortunately, I got called in yesterday to come in a little early. I've been since 7:30 this morning, and I don't get home till tomorrow morning at 1:30. So I'm not gonna go live. I did push it back to next week, February the 5th. And we was gonna talk about issues in America. What is the real issues in America? And we're still gonna talk about it next week. But I did want to get on here and first of all say my condolences to that family that lost their son in an unfortunate incident that cops couldn't keep their emotions in check. Um, I can imagine my mom and my dad getting that call and coming in the hospital and seeing me like they saw their son, or me going to see my son in that same estate. It's sad. It's pitiful that we're still going through. Police being too aggressive, don't know when to stop, don't know when to control themselves. Um, and we unfortunately we have to have, and it's crazy that to this day in 2023 we have to talk to our black young men as little boys what to do and what not to do when getting stopped by the police. And the crazy part is this was 5 black officers that jumped on another black male. It disturbs me because after the George Floyd incident, you would think, you would think that these officers would know how to behave themselves and know how to conduct themselves with the citizens that pay their salary. And to this day, they still don't know how to control themselves and deal with the public um, respectively and expect a different result. Unfortunately, this young man, after 3 days in the hospital, I believe, kidney failure. Head swollen because of the beating that they put on him. And I'm not going to victimize anybody or destroy anybody, but I'm just amazed on why. And another thing that I have a problem with is cops being able to cut off their body cam. Once you get on duty and once you click that camera in place, there should be a law. This should be a law in the books. If you touch that camera, your ass is fired. Period. A cop should not be touching a camera once you're on duty. Once you get back and get off your shelf, you put that camera wherever it got to go, and that should be recorded and should be stored. Period. I'm not understanding this, man. We're still dealing with the same thing, and I'm not calling all cops bad, but you have to get that few out of that. If you're not about people in the community, you do not need to be a cop. And I'm telling you this because I tried to be a cop. Since I was a little kid, I wanted to be a cop. That was my dream, to become a cop. And here in Michigan, when that opportunity opened up for the Detroit Police Department, I took it because I always wanted to be a cop. Being a cop is not just a job; it's a passion. You gotta want to be a cop. You gotta want to make a difference in the community that you're working in, and that's the biggest problem that we have with cops becoming cops. They think it's just a job. No, you are getting paid by citizens. We are paying your salary to protect us, not to kill us, not to beat us up. People are going to run. People are going to ask you, why am I getting pulled over? And if you can't keep your composure with a question, then maybe you need to rethink your career. I have a cousin at the same time that I was going for the Detroit Police Department. He went for another department out of state. I'm not going to say what state he's in, but he's now a police officer. He's been a police officer maybe, I think we both did it right around 5 years ago. And he works for a particular police department. And man, you gotta have the respect. You have to respect others as you want to be done unto you. So to get respect, you have to give respect. And that's why I think a lot of cops is losing in a lot of these situations. Um, the video that I've seen, man, it's very graphic. It's very disturbing. Um, First of all, as a son that has a mother that's still living, and my father is still living as well, and for me to be a father with a son is very distasteful. The behavior that they displayed on this young man. Um, Man, we got still have a lot of work to do, unfortunately, and we need to start holding police officers like if I was to do a crime within 24 hours to 48 hours, the court system has no problem charging me or coming up with charges if I did something wrong. I'm glad they moved swiftly once they saw the video. They seen what the whole world seen, that they was already on 10 once they pulled the guy over. Not asking him for his license, registration. They just snatched him out the car. And the language that they use on the body cams is ridiculous. For them to be professionals and for us to pay their salary, they talked about him like he was a piece of trash. I'm just gonna keep it 100. They talked about that boy like he was a piece of trash. This is a grown man. Be accountable for what I teach my son that. You go out here and do something wrong, hey, you gotta be able to face the music. And these cops gotta be able to face the music. For what I've seen and what I've heard on them body cams, it's disgusting language that they use towards this young man. One cop said, I hope they stumped the shit out of him. On your body cam? Really? And that's what you have to say? What are y'all saying towards people that does not have the camera on? We have a major problem here in the United States with cops thinking that they're the judge, jury, and the executioner. You're a cop. If you want to be a judge, go to school to be a judge. But we have to hold these people that we put in office. So if you're in office and you don't want to do the right thing, then we need to get them up out of there. Let them get a day in court. I do agree with that. But that mother would never be the same. I don't care what nobody say. That mother would never be the same. Man, it breaks my heart to even talk about this because I have a young son at the age of 12. You know, he's pretty much in the next couple of years going to be out the house. And every day that he's out the house, I'm going to worry about his safety. I'm not going to lie. When it comes to policemen, I hope this is a lesson that cops don't have to learn anymore. I hope they learn from this. You know, don't learn how to communicate. Don't be so quick to jump on citizens. I understand you want to come home. Everybody wants to come home. I'm not down that. But most of the time for a traffic stop, unnecessary. You got to have love for the people in order to be a cop. I keep saying this. If you don't have love for the people, then you really don't need to be a cop. And it's from somebody that always wanted to be a cop, and when the opportunity came, I went for it. Unfortunately, they didn't approve me to go to the academy, but I'm okay because about time the elected officials are stepping up and doing the right thing for the people of this country, of the United States. We still have a long way to go. In 2023, we still have a long way to go. But I think the blueprint is being laid down for cops that's doing the wrong thing. You had almost 7 to 8 cops out there. Can nobody tell the other 3 to 4 to stop? When are cops going to step up and when you're doing wrong? And I want to particularly, and I'm going to get off here. I went a little bit farther than I was supposed to went. Supposed to be like a 5-minute video. But I want to first of all applaud that young white cop, female cop, when one of her co-workers got out of hand or out of line with a citizen, she stepped in and stopped him from making a very valuable mistake. But in stepping up and doing the job that she sworn to do, he put his hand around her throat for her helping him make the right decision. We have too much of that, man. When these cops are willing to step up, we have to be behind them cops 100%. Not half, not 50%, but when they're doing the right thing and they put their pension on the line, we need to back them up 100%. We can't have it both ways. We have to back the good cops up 100%. It's a woman that lost her pension for doing the right thing as a cop, and nobody stepped up to defend her and doing the right thing. So if you want the cops to start doing the right thing, when it's time for them to come up and they get put on the chopping block, we have to support them cops 100%. Not halfway, not 75%, but because they stepped up and they sacrificed their pension and the possibility of getting fired, we have to support them 100% and put them back on the streets as a police officer, or put them back in the office as one of the ones that's going to do the right thing. So, man, y'all be safe. This is your favorite gun owner checking in, and also your favorite gun owner checking out. Jay Skilly, man, may God bless each and every one of you and continue to take care of one another. And, man, I'll see y'all next Sunday, man. Love, peace. But what is the real issue here in America? We have issues. Let's talk about it next week.